The biggest arena cutoff and result and biggest grind of all time. Put this in your Marvel Contest of Champions history banks. I thought I'd do a video devoted to this because that brings up a lot of questions. Now, do bear in mind, when I'm doing the Marvel Contest of Champions new show, I want to do arena results. I can't go fully into the topics, which will be quite vast. For like a 2-minute, 3-minute segment, I need to just keep it down to the results, and which is a bit annoying because like it's just time. Like I don't want to produce a 20-minute video, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because it just doesn't work. But I wanted to devote a full kind of coverage to this arena, this Omega Sentinel one, because it's just changes everything when it comes to grind habits of players, prestige, manipulation, how Kabam kind of put out these certain champions that obviously are going to cause players to go out of their way to grind. Okay, so look, let's just go over some processes with this video. Starting off with this. So you all know the results. If you've seen the Marvel Contest of Champions news earlier today, you'll know that position 1 was 329 mil. Now, here's the thing. There could be people grinding out 329 mil in order to get the first position. I can't remember what it's called. It's like, not Warmonger. It's called War something or other. Title. So you get a title, which is one day I do want to go for that particular title, but it's nothing that I'm particularly interested in at the moment. However, though, getting that number 1 spot with 329 mil is ridiculous. But what is even more ridiculous is the notion that 230 mil got position 99, position 229 was 101. So still 229 mil in order to get close to that 6-star champion, or kind of like getting around that. It's like, it is just ridiculous. It is absolutely, just I've never seen it in the 7 coming into 8 years of playing the game. 8 years at the end of the year, but I've never seen it before. I've never seen it. The weird thing for me at the moment is that I'm actually enjoying doing arena grind, like, because I know not a lot of people say that, but because I'm on a grind as I've turned non-spender as of end of December, and I wanted to grab 10,000 units before 23rd, I think it is, of April, which means that I need to get a further 3,000 units. I'm doing a process at the moment. I haven't done any arena crystals. That's going to be covered in another video. But the point is, going back to the arenas, that's the topic of the video. The grind is just, again, ridiculous with what players have kind of like put in, especially looking at the leaderboard right here. Like, and again, I'm not outing people, but I'm just going to say that I believe Kabam will look at this, the top 100, as to like, who is playing cleanly. Are there any kind of like Mercs within this playing other people's accounts? Quite possibly. Is there going to be anything like bots? Again, quite possibly. You don't know 100% what is going on here. I mean, look, I could say, oh, all these people look legit and fine. I could go into their alliance and kind of maybe find something that's different or contrary to that particular information. But it's hard to say at this given point. And that's something, as I said, Kabam need to go and investigate all of the accounts just to make sure that they are playing. I would say it's kind of weird that the same alliance I'm seeing appear multiple times. I think there's definitely like multiple of one particular alliance. Again, I'm not going to go into too much detail as to that because it's not my place to kind of like out people. That's Kabam's job to go back on those accounts and kind of just check what's going on with them, and if they are indeed banned, or if they're indeed kind of like murked, or they're whatever it is, cheating, botting, whatever. The number 1, they need to be stripped of those champions, and number 2, the players need to be bumped up on that list to kind of like get and receive the 6-star that they quite fairly grinded out for. But it does bring into consideration another big topic of this, of why people went out to grind for Omega Sentinel. One of the big driving factors to this is prestige, right? And that's something that I kind of find a bit weird. How Omega Sentinel is one of the top new prestige-based champions, but also what sets out as a champion more than the likes of Hercules, Nimrod, the Overseer, and so many others. I mean, from a, what have we got on screen right now? We've got the, I think this is 565. Yeah. So the 565 version of the prestige elements to this is as follows. So like, you know, we got 10,896. I mean, look, it goes prestige wise for 565, Silver Surfer, Doctor Doom, Omega Sentinel, Thor, Hercules, Namor, Nimrod, Overseer, Captain America, Sam Wilson, and Platinum Paul. Okay, so going over to the 6-star side of things, which is the coveted thing and also will boost the prestige a bit more, there's not much change except for we've still got Silver Surfer, Top, Doctor Doom, Omega Sentinel, Thor, Hercules, Namor, and Nimrod respectively, and then 16,000, 15,975, 15,759, which is where we find Omega Sentinel, and yeah, like what, and it does go back to that kind of like point of like, well, what sets Omega Sentinel apart? You know, champion wise, usage wise, yeah, okay, and she's cool. She can do things, but what has happened? And this is the next point, or kind of the point that goes secondary to is like, what has happened from these case of affairs with 170 mil to get Hercules first and foremost, back, when was that, July 15th last year, going through all these other ones where we've got I think it was 180 mil for Cap Wilson, to like these case of affairs where we've got the likes of, where is it, 329 mil or 229 to kind of like grab the 6-star Mega Sentinel. Like, what has shifted here? Because it's like for the first time, if you've got a Tech Awakening gem, then that's, you know, that's fine. That will start you off in that process for prestige. But this is the first time the champion's gone in, unless you're looking for like this is the guaranteed, and you like whales come into. And we'll talk about like how whales factor into this particular scenario. But that implies that if you've got the first time, so you've got the unawakened version for the first round that you've gone in, you will need to grind out for the second round. So are we going to see for round 2 the extent that we've seen in round 1? That would be the big tester right there, because you kind of go like, well, why have people gone so hard round 1? And if it's not in round 2 that players have gone so hard, then big questions have to be raised as to like, well, why have people done this? Like, round 1, okay, round 2, we'll have to see. So it just, there's more questions than answers on this particular subject, and you know, it could be down to whales on this. Like, have people excessively spent to grab this? Have they reinvested it? Like with my arena, my battle chips, which I got 291,000. That's from about 2 weeks of arena grinding, and I haven't kind of like, you know, spent them because I'm using them for a video. But if I was to pop all those open and say I get, I don't know, 500 units, am I gonna like reinvest that into, like, if I get 500 to 1,000 units, whatever, but if I was to reinvest that back into this, back into my grind, would it be essentially worth it? But man, there's so many questions, and there are answers as to why, for the first time ever, compared with all the other arenas of the past, what's kind of like set this apart? Is it the prestige for players that are reasons that they've kind of gone so high? Is there a big kind of massive like people in cahoots with one another about the extent of grind they were going to do and how to guarantee themselves that they would pick up the champion? Is this whaling out like anything else? And that quite possibly could be a factor. But one of the biggest things, I think, is Kabam need to be a bit responsible when it comes to new champions that have high prestiges. I'm not going to say as well that there's, you know, people weren't interested in a champion for the character perspective, but let's just face it, like, you know, Omega Sentinel's not really up there as being like a main character within the Marvel universe. And, you know, she's, as I said, she's a great champion, fantastic, but it's just like questionable as to, like, again, 229 mil is just absolutely ridiculous. So I think what we've really established from this is that Kabam really need to be careful each time that they consider champions that are going to be of high prestige. Also, when it comes to like, well, Arena's not a safe place in any case. There's no kind of like live anti-cheat within Marvel Contest the way that, you know, other games have kind of tried to do that. But I definitely know that in the interim, looking at situations like this and the high cutoffs and the way that we now have so much of a bump with prestige when it comes to 6 stars at rank 4, when the future comes and like we're looking at 6 stars at rank 5, this situation is going to get worse to the kind of imbalance created between those that either number one, well, mainly spend in arena, because that's another thing as well. If people are spending on units to then get into arena and get these champions and aren't doing it unscrupulously, then that's a problem. For anybody that played clean but also put excessive amounts of money in, then it's kind of like, well, look, it's the rich get richer with this game, and the free to play kind of like suffer to get a snifter. I would say in situations like this, the only kind of positive I would say, because there's one positive, and that is saving up for the featured. So that's the only other way you could really kind of look at this, of save for the 6-star featured. I would say this brings a problem with having 6-star nexuses, and that's maybe something I should explore in another video. It's great that Kabam allow for things like the 6-star nexus, but at the same time not adding things like shards to the equation. And that's great to say, okay, well at the end of Act 7 you get what? Complete It 1, Explorer 2, and then if you go for the Kingdom Come, it's kind of like, what, like 20,000 6-star shards, but the rest are 6-star nexuses. And as I said, like the problem with 6-star nexuses is it doesn't allow you to go for featured champions. So you could be going like, okay, well I get a choice of 3, but I don't target anything that's new, and I don't get to target anything that may be of high prestige, like Omega Sentinel. So like say people are blitzed through Act 7 and going, oh great, I've got like loads of 6-star nexuses now, but you've only got 20k 6-star shards to try and target something like Omega Sentinel, which is important for players at this level to then elevate their accounts, elevate their prestige, allow them to get into better alliances, and compete on higher up the pecking order, so to speak. That may be kind of like, I don't know, people may say, well, that's not a correct opinion. I don't know, from where I see it, like, it does feel like if acquisition is a key issue, if acquisition of certain champions for the purpose of prestige, competitiveness, and bringing your account forward is a problem. It is a problem for players. But I'm sure that people may see that differently. But in any case, yeah, I just wanted to make a video on this because it sets a weird kind of like new precedence, doesn't it? With this, like the highest kind of like arena cutoff there's ever been. I'm just trying to look back. I just don't think there's ever been something like it. Even the Shang-Chi arena, which was like the first setting the precedence for a 6-star arena grind, which started at 129 mil, and now it's kind of like, you know, now we're at a situation where the Omega Sentinel one is going to be like 229. It's just a bit ridiculous, to be honest. I hope that Kabam look into the results of the 100. I hope that they can look into better measures to sort this situation out. For me, I've got my own stuff to do, and I'm more of a milestone and unit grinder in any case, so it doesn't overly bother me. And as I said, for me as well, I will save up my 6-star shards, and if there's anything, a prestige bump I need to do, then I will look to target stuff like the 6-star featured, or you know, those bigger, more valuable nexuses. So I'll probably have to look to something like Abyss 100%, which is a bit of a problem when that's the only option. But it is what it is. So yeah, I want to do a little video on this situation. What's your thoughts on this when it comes to prestige? Is this all about a prestige bump? Is there cheating? You know, what are your thoughts? Put it in the comment section down below. Maybe there's a follow-up to this. But in any case, thanks for watching. Check out some other content located on screen right now. One more video should be posted today, or maybe another 2, in particular the 7.4.4 grind guide for 100%ing it. And then there will be a new update video on Gamora, the buff, when it comes in. So yeah, thanks for watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.